What have you got here, Colin?
I bought a car.
Why?
Why not?
Fair enough.
I got the cheese on me. Are you recording?
Yes.
Had a project kind of fall in my lap. A lot of you are going to be wondering, is it a four-wheeler? No. Is it a dirt bike? Again, no. It's not a go-kart. It's not a mini bike, any of that. Since we're expanding our horizons, John's got the Nova, we've got the Rattle Van, but that's still at Matt's house in Ohio. We're still waiting on the title paperwork and everything for that, and for this project as well. So I decided the best course of action for this project would be to ask y'all what you want to see on it. So, that being said, let's go show it to you. John, how you like this turd?
Was good to me.
Yeah?
Yep, zip tie certified.
That's it. This is my 2003 Toyota Matrix. It's a pregnant Corolla. She has 287,000 miles on her. It does run, but there's a bunch of issues that I want to fix before we even start actually doing the crazy stuff to it. I'm still in the process of getting parts for all that, but most of it's already here. Change out the headlights. We're gonna repaint the whole car, but there's some things under the hood that I really need to get to first. What I'm thinking happened here is the crankshaft seal behind the timing cover is gone out, and it's just puking oil all over the place. The guy I bought it from isn't really mechanically inclined. He just told me it was losing oil. Generally, that's what it is that crank seal goes bad, it leaks out onto the belt, and then it just flings it everywhere. Change that, as well as go ahead and do the timing chain, because there ain't no telling when the last time it was done. As well as putting all new coils, spark plugs, gaskets for the top end, and all that. We'll get all that done so that the motor is leak-proof and ready to rock. It's a 5-speed, so this is fun. The transmission does work, all the gears work. It is a 287,000 mile car, and it shows. So I will be cleaning up a bunch of this, you know, putting a new shifter boot on it, maybe a new handle. But I mean, the car is complete. It's just old. Probably gonna have to put a new windshield in it because this one's cracked up pretty good. But I mean, all the seats are in it. They lay down completely in the back, so if we want to move something, we can. Power nothing. So this is some of the parts that I've already got for it. So one of the other things was a coil had gone bad in the car, dumped raw fuel, and plugged up the cat. So I've got a new catalytic converter and header pipe right here, miscellaneous gaskets and all that. I'm still waiting on a few more parts, and then we'll get started tearing into this thing. Really, I wanted it just because they're good on gas, and it still has plenty of room. I can, you know, me and the wife and maybe a couple other people can go somewhere with it. It's not a showstopper, but we're going to turn it into that eventually, and we're going to go over that here in just a minute. And John, I'm kind of glad you're here because I kind of want to go over some of this stuff with you as well. I've got a couple ideas for this car, and I could do this in stages, or I could do this, you know, just a one and done type deal. The first thing that I want to get done is make sure everything runs, and I want to get it out on the road and drive it, make sure it's not going to fall apart on me in 500 miles. It looks like it might, so that's kind of what I want to do. But what I did find out a while back was they make a lift kit for Toyota Corollas, and that's all that is.
Like
so
a little Baja car out of it.
That's what I'm thinking. Like a little rally crossover thing would be cool. Like a little bit of a lift. I think it's an 1.5 inch lift all the way around, or like 40 millimeters. So right at 1.5 inches. More aggressive tire. Nothing too crazy, just so it won't be stupid noisy going down the road. The wife decided she wants to paint it. She wants to do a video with me painting this car in true rattle can fashion. So John will probably be involved with that, but the wife wants in, and I can't tell her no, because I like where I sleep. The idea that we're having, you know, do the lift, do the paint, and maybe do like a crazy cool roof rack across the top. And I don't mean just like a little 2-pole thing that people like strap their luggage to. I'm talking about when you park a four-wheeler on. Can you imagine seeing this thing going down the road with a four-wheeler on top of it? This would be funny. That'd be hilarious. Back to the phases we were talking about. I could leave it right there, you know, do the lift, do the roof rack, do the paint and everything, and just leave it as body-wise a stock Toyota Matrix. Or we could go a different route and do what they call a ute. Basically, come about right here and cut everything off this way. Turn this into a truck. I think it'd be funny. I think it'd be cool, but would it be practical? It's a unibody car. You're going to start having issues with it wanting to fold going down the highway. And we already have trucks.
Yeah, you'd have to re-support everything so it didn't taco when you're going down the road.
Exactly. And it just seems like a lot more work than it's worth. I might as well do the other part of what I was talking about. With buying the step van recently, I started looking into smaller vans that would just be like a weekend runner thing for Busco, like a day trip type thing. So I'm thinking, you have front wheel drive vans like the Transit Connect, the ProMaster City, City Express, all that, but you can't get any of those in a 5-speed transmission. And Toyota makes one, but it's not available in the United States. And so what I was thinking is using the drivetrain, basically everything off the bottom end of this car, building a completely separate body using this drivetrain that is just a shortened step van, like a legit step van. It would look like almost like a postal truck. It'd look like a Jeep FJ6, something along those lines. One, because the body work would be insanely easy to do because it's all straight. There's no curves. There's no compound curves, any of that. And two, it'd have a lot more real estate. A couple of dirt bikes in the back, you know, a four-wheeler, stuff like that. And it'd still be fun to drive because it's a 5-speed. It would get great mileage, hopefully. But that's if we want to go that far into a project. Now, I have been talking back and forth with John on this. John's not fully on board with the whole mini step van idea just because it is a lot of work. It is a lot, and I'm not denying that at all. Also that, it would be a lot pricier. But I think for right now, what we'll probably do is just focus on getting this thing running, is mechanically sound, make sure that it's road safe. Because, I mean, until we actually get it on the road, we're not going to know what all is involved and how bad off this thing is. But like I said, it's got 287,000 miles on it. I'd prove it to you, but the battery's dead. You guys tell us what you think. I mean, I'm all for doing just about anything to this car because I did not pay a lot of money for this. So if you want to see that build or any of the other crazy things we plan on doing with this car, with John's Nova, with the Rattle Van, any of that, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you leave it in the comments what you want us to do with this car, whether it's leave it like it is or do something else crazy with it. If you have any ideas yourself, tell us. I mean, the worst thing we can say is, no, we're not doing that.
Until next time, get up, get out there, get after it.